So we both have 10. Who are your 10? And then I feel like we'll have one difference.
Darius Slay, Isaiah Rodgers, Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, Kelee Ringo, Eli Ricks. And then I have C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Reed Blankenship. At the moment, I have Sidney Brown, but that could be a roster spot if he doesn't start the season on PUP. And I have Avonte Maddox.
Okay, we have two differences, actually. I have Sidney Brown on PUP.
Okay, that probably makes sense.
Now, this is if the season started tomorrow. Sidney Brown's going to have to get back in order to prove that he can be on the roster week 1. And because I have him on PUP, they do not have safety help. So I have, in addition to Avonte Maddox, I have James Bradberry on the team right now.
That would be a good story. Great thumbnail for today's shot, for today's show, though, too.
And, I still don't really expect him to make the roster, but I think if the roster math is as it is now, he's being a good soldier, right? Like, he's learning the position. I think he's actually looked pretty active. They're paying him anyway. I don't think it's crazy. Now, you're guaranteeing but it's all guaranteed anyway. So the idea of not having him on the week 1 roster doesn't make as much sense for him. So right now I do have him on.
Look, I think that based on play, I can see it. I still think that, I don't anticipate that occurring. I still think they try to move on from him. I don't think you have James Bradberry as a backup on the 53, but like we've said, they're paying him regardless, right? So if you're paying him regardless and he's being a good soldier, if you will, I can understand it. They do need depth at safety. I think Avonte Maddox sufficiently supplies that, or I think he supplies that depth. I think when Cooper DeJean's back, it wouldn't surprise me if especially if Quinyon Mitchell's taking time in the slot, if they start to play Cooper DeJean a little bit at safety just to prepare him for a backup role. That would not surprise me. But I am going at this point with Bradberry off, although I can certainly understand the argument for putting him on.
And then my other difference is I have Josh Jobe instead of Eli Ricks, because I'm just boosting special teams. Jobe is a good special teams player. I don't think he's guaranteed of making this team by any means, but I have not seen much from Eli Ricks this summer, and I do think that he is a guy who they can flip for another player, maybe a Donald Parham.
Look, if the Chargers would do that, I mean, that certainly makes sense. You get a 6'8" tight end who's played in this offense before, who can be a threat in the red zone. Sign me up for that. Yeah, I've always liked Donald Parham.
We know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We all silly like the mayor.